Dan Willis here, and we're talking about IQ Data International and specifically how to negotiate, settle, and pay off IQ data collections. Now, you should only enter into negotiations after your account has been validated and you've investigated the statute of limitations, that legal time window. We shared that here in an earlier video. In case you missed it, we'll include a link in the description below. Now, assuming your debt is validated and it's within the statute of limitations, our next step is to negotiate a settlement agreement directly with IQ Data International. And there's two parts to your agreement, and it's best to get this agreement in writing. And if you'd like some help, you can get a free credit consultation by calling toll-free 1-877-418-7596. Now, the first part of your agreement is to negotiate and settle your debt for much less than the total balance. Generally, you'll be able to negotiate and settle for as little as 15% up to about 45% of your balance. Generally, somewhere in that ballpark, and this is standard operating procedure. IQ Data International will be happy to accept a settlement for less. The second part of your agreement is mission critical. In exchange for your payment, we need to get IQ Data International to agree that they'll stop reporting our account information to all three of the credit bureaus. If we overlook this, we're going to get stuck with that paid collection on our credit report, which, as we shared, that's going to damage and drag your credit score down. And we need to take a moment and dispel this idea of a pay for delete model. If you're unfamiliar, this is where we demand first that IQ Data International delete this item from our credit report, and then we'll make payment. It sounds terrific, it sounds wonderful, and you're welcome to try it all day long, but please do not hold your breath. It's just not practical. It won't happen. It's wishful thinking, unfortunately, and despite the fact that you see it all over the internet. It is not realistic, it is not practical, and we've yet to hear of one individual in our 10 plus years or one debt collector agreeing to this. Instead, the much more effective and appropriate thing to do is to get them to agree, and they will agree to this, to stop reporting your account information. And we'll share here in a moment why this is so imperative to getting this item off of your credit report. If you'd like some help, you can get a free credit consultation by calling toll-free 1-877-418-7596. Now let's talk about how to remove this item from your credit report. And we're going to have to use more of your consumer rights, this time those granted by the Fair Credit Reporting Act, FCRA, passed way back in 1970. This federal legislation enables us, you, me, and Joe, and empowers us to dispute and challenge any item on our credit report so long as we believe it's inaccurate, misleading, or made in error. And yes, we're going to dispute this IQ Data International collection listing. And there's three ways to file your dispute. You can do it online, over the phone, or by mail. Once the credit bureaus get our dispute, they first get to deem it valid or frivolous. That's a whole other conversation for a whole other time and place, so of course subscribe and join our congregation. But on valid disputes, the credit bureaus are required to investigate the item, during which they're going to contact IQ Data International and they're going to ask them to verify your account. As per your settlement agreement directly with IQ Data International, they're not going to verify your account when the credit bureaus investigate. And in accordance and in compliance with the Fair Credit Reporting Act, this means the credit bureaus must remove this collection listing from your credit report. Every single one of those items on your credit report must be verifiable. This is how to legally clean up your credit report and do it by exercising your rights as a consumer. If you'd like some help, you can get a free credit consultation by calling toll-free 1-877-418-7596. Now, to wrap this up here, the government issues fines to the debt collection industry every single year. This is much more like the wild, wild west. All these rules, they are what they are, but very few folks follow them, to put it nicely. But moreover, the credit bureaus are also fined with regularity. It's not every year, but even the credit bureaus, the most notable being in 2015, where the credit bureaus agreed to settle and paid $6 million to 31 state attorney generals. In other words, you're going to have to get real tough, real familiar with your rights as a consumer to deal with this on your own. You can, and you don't just have to live with less than perfect credit for 7 long years. At the end of the day, your credit score is just like your grade point average in glory school days past. It doesn't matter if you're acing all your courses, if you're failing the art of walking, because that's going to obliterate your overall GPA. This same principle applies when it comes to your credit score. FICO is very open about sharing this, and that's why it's of such paramount importance to remove those dings, those blemishes, any negative items on your credit report in order to get a better credit score. And we encourage our members to consider professional, legal, and legitimate credit repair companies to help with this, because in 2016 alone, over 9 million negative items were removed from consumer credit reports. One of the best firms is the Credit Pros. They've successfully helped their clients remove collections, late payments, charge-offs, judgments, liens, repossessions, foreclosures, even bankruptcy items from their credit reports. If you'd like some help, you can get a free credit consultation by calling toll-free 1-877-418-7596. Again, that's for a free credit consultation, and the toll-free phone number is 1-877-418-7596. This is Dan Willis. We're going to include a link in the description below over to an article at our website for the full story. We also have a free report available there, the 7 proven ways to boost your credit score. And of course, subscribe and join our congregation. Have a wonderful day, and looking forward to talking to you again here soon.